Hello, everyone, and welcome to a short kinetic visual novel called My Dahlia. Let's go ahead and start the game. Altilia, the Witches Saga, My Dahlia. Dahlia? You said I was just like a dahlia. Pure, beautiful, kind. And that you loved that kind of me. After whispering words sweeter than honey, you smiled. You looked at me as if I was the most precious thing in the world. That time I fell in love. One day you came to me with a bouquet of white dahlias on your hands, kneeling and asking for me. That was probably the happiest days of my life. You were a human, I was a witch. You were a prince, and I was a commoner. We were too different. We were not supposed to be in love. And yet, out of all the women in this land, you chose me to become your fiancé. My family didn't give us permission. They said you were untrustworthy. They said you were not truly in love with me. They said I had to turn you down for my own sake. Surely our families didn't have good relationships, just like some other humans and witches. But we were different. We were trying to change that. We would be a bridge connecting the humans and witches. That was what you said. I wanted to believe in your words. I want to believe in your kindness, in your love. So I persuaded my family until I got a yes. Happily, I took your hand to your castle where we could start a new page of our love. Starting that day, I started seeing a strange dream. Every night I saw the same dream. In that dream, there was you. You were giving me a bouquet of white dahlias like you did that day. The bouquet fell on the floor, and I realized that the flowers were no longer white. They were black. I dismissed the dream as a mere nightmare every time. More than my dream, I want to believe in you, the person I loved. Just like how you always were by my side, supported me, and listened to my every request, I want to do the same for you. If that was what you wanted, I would give it to you. My love, my heart, my everything. For our love, for our future, for the future of humans and witches. However, it turned out that was a mistake. That day everything changed. With bloodied hands you stared down at me with eyes colder than ice. You looked at me as if I were a pebble in the side of the road. I was trembling in fear, tears streaming down from my eyes. However, you left. There was no trace of the kind man that I loved in you. Maybe he was never there to begin with. The prince that looked at me lovingly was just a fantasy you wanted me to believe. And why did it go on for so long? The real you didn't even have a speck of affection for me. From the start, you were only making use of me. You saw me as a tool to gather popularity, a tool to gain sympathy, a tool that would move as you wished, a tool for your plan to condemn the witches, a tool to start a war. You had never cared about love. You had never cared about peace or bringing the humans and witches. What you wished for was their annihilation of the witches. With my blurring eyes, what I could see were the black flowers scattered around me. Everything was my fault. I closed my ears and chose you despite my family's warnings. I closed my ears and chose to ignore the warnings in my dreams. They were right. You didn't love me. However, what could I do? I was too deeply in love with you. Even if you only wanted to make use of me. Even if you looked at me coldly. I still wanted to be with you. I still want to be next to you. Even if that would mean I betrayed my own family and fellow witches, my heart still chose you. I was already your prisoner. Your Dahlia. Dahlia. I like the art in this game. That was very short, but that was my Dahlia. Dahlia. I probably said the flower name wrong. Probably. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that short little video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.